impatient. We are waiting on you to get dressed, girl. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here while you put your face on, playing with your makeup. Oh, damn, it looks so good, it hurts me.
Hi guys, and welcome to today's makeup look. So if you want to see how I did this, then please do keep on watching. So I'm starting with a slightly scary bare face. I'm using MAC Strobe Cream. This is just a little sample one. I've got loads of these. I tend to get them free with orders. And then I put on the Smashbox Pore Minimising Primer. I put this on my cheeks, my forehead, a little on my nose and some on my chin. And I just kind of rub that on and pat it on. Before putting on the Dainty Doll Concealer in 002. I just use this to cover any kind of redness. I just find it's a really great base to put foundation on. It's a nice thin layer, covers up the redness so the foundation isn't having to work quite so hard on the red areas. I do have some rosacea, I have some eczema on my nose and also some sores because of my allergies. So I did have a little bit of redness and I've got a period spot on the forehead. Next I'm going in with the MAC foundation. And this one is in NC15 I believe. And I'm just applying that with a Sigma Kabuki brush. Just working that into the skin all over the face. It doesn't cover absolutely everything, I just did a very thin layer. It's hot weather and I don't find that I like a lot of foundation or layering it. So I added some Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This one is in the lightest shade, which I think is Fair Neutral. And I just put that under my eyes, my smile lines, my chin, my nose and my forehead. And then using a Sigma concealer brush, I think it's the Concealer Buff brush, I just kind of work that in. Before then taking the MAC Powder Foundation, again this is NC15, using a flat top Neve Cosmetics brush, I just kind of patted that into the skin. I don't like sort of rub this or brush this, I pat this in, it gets a lot better coverage. Next I'm using my very minuscule, what's left of it, Neve Cosmetics brow pencil. I just follow the exact shape of my brows and don't kind of define them or make them any different in shape. I quite like the shapes of my brows and I'm just kind of filling them in because they are very sparse. Next, a layer of spray. So I put several layers of spray on, I just find it helps the makeup stay in place. This one's the Model's Own Setting Spray, it's like my favourite at the moment and I just love it. And then I do use a fan to like sort of dry that off. Next I'm using the Dainty Doll eyeshadow base. Sorry, this is in quite a state. But I love the Dainty Doll eyeshadow base, it's a really nice eye primer. Now I'm going to use the Sigma Baking Kabuki and the Ben Nye Super White Powder, which I'm showing you that I've decanted into this lovely Sephora pot. I love this brush, it's really nice, it's got a nice shaped head, it's nice and dense and it's great for packing on that baking powder underneath the eye to catch any kind of fallout because I'm going to use some powdery shadows, and I also use it to brighten down my nose and to brighten contour lines. And I always do that before contour. I know that sounds mad, but I just like to sort of have that line. And today I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I love this palette and this is the look. I did tidy the edges up as we go along, so don't worry. Now first I'm using Warm Taupe in the crease. I'm just using a crease brush. I'm using a variety of different eye brushes today, which came basically kind of free with palettes mostly. Next I'm taking Red Ochre on the lid. I'm putting this on the outer part of the lid and on the inner part, as you'll see, leaving the very centre of the lid just basically bare. This is such a beautiful colour. It's a lovely reddy sort of warm brown shade and I'm just taking a little in the crease as well there. Next I just went in with kind of fluffy blender brush to blend out the edges, and I also added a little bit of Cypress Umber on the outer corner of the eye, just because I just wanted it a little darker on the outer corner, and Cypress Umber is the most beautiful dark, deep, sort of dark, bitter chocolate sort of colour, and I think it's so pretty. Then on the centre of the lid I went in with Primavera. It's just a really quite nice sort of champagne sort of colour. It's got nice shimmer to it and I just thought it was going to be really pretty in the centre of the eye. And then into the crease I went in with burnt orange. It's just a nice kind of dirty sort of orange shade. I think is the best way to put it. I really love putting orange up in the crease above the other shades, and I added that to the other eye to tidy up the edge of that one because I did notice it was a little bit messy. Next I'm taking the red ochre colour again, and I'm just putting that underneath. I'm making it quite thick. I like now at the moment smoking out underneath the lower lash line. And then I added some more of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer to tidy up the edges there, just where the shadow meets the brow. I just wanted to have that very defined line. Then I'm using the Sigma Powder Sweet Brush and just getting rid of that bake. And as you can see, that white powder really does brighten up the face. On the inner eye corner, I'm using Vermeer. And then I'm using an Urban Decay liner. This one is in, I think this is Perversion, and this is just a black shade. And I'm just using that on my upper lash line. This is another Urban Decay liner. Now I think this one's called Anarchy. If I'm wrong, I will actually put on the screen the name of this one. It was from the Jean Basquiat collection, and it's just a really nice sort of orangey browny shade. It's really unique. I went back in over the top of that colour again. And then I put on the MAC Zoom Lash Mascara, which again was another sample. And I'm looking quite pleased with myself about it. But I did quite like how this eye look turned out. Next, for the rest of the face, I'm moving on to Benefit's Coralista for my blush. I'm applying it with a Sigma blush brush. It's a really nice blush brush. I like this one. I don't put much blush on. As you can see here, it doesn't show up greatly. I mean, the strength of the lights that I use sometimes washes me out a little bit, but I really do like Coralista. I'm using a Unicorn Lashes angled sort of blush brush, and I'm using the Kat Von D shade light palette, and I'm using the lightest contour shade to carve out my cheekbones here. I love this brush, and even though it gets really dirty, because obviously, you know, the bristles on it are all pastel shades, it washes beautifully. I have washed it like so many times since I got it, and it just never fails me. So I'm just kind of working on that. I like to blend, put it underneath the bone and then blend upwards, as you can see here. And I really like, I've already got that white line to work against there. I just think it looks better because I don't like the straight white line, but I do like the definition that the white gives to your skin, that powder. And then I used a little bit of a darker shade from the palette right up in the hollows. Before going on to the Sigma Aura powder in the saddle. Really nice bronze powder, and I'm just using a really nice big fluffy brush from Neve Cosmetics to apply it. I apply it underneath the jawline, into the hollows of my cheeks, up around my forehead to add a bit of definition, and then I also put a little bit down the centre of the face just to add colour to my complexion. Another layer of setting spray and dry. I just find that this really helps to kind of set each level, takes the powderiness away and kind of blends everything together. Then I went on to the Jouer Cosmetics Tiare highlighter, and I'm using just this little mini stippling brush that came in a MAC brush kit. And I'm just stippling that on. It's quite a nice, very soft gold shade. It's not too yellow. And I'm just kind of stippling that onto my cheeks. You can see it's a lovely, soft kind of glow. And I put a little bit on my nose and Cupid's bow. Then I used the Sigma Strobing Fan Brush with the Aurora kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm using that centre shade, and I'm just going to put the flat end of the brush in and use that to highlight my brows, so it's like the very end of the brush. And then when I go into, I think that's Lyra as the bottom colour, I always use the flat part of the brush and then apply the highlighter to my cheekbones. And the reason I used the cream highlighter before is I just find in the hot weather, if I put a cream highlight down first, it really helps that powder kind of stick there, and I just find that I just get a better finish with a highlighter. And as you can see, it's really very, 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 very glowy, and that's what I like. Next I used MAC's lip liner in Bespoken For. I think this one was in the Black Friday lip kit, I'm not entirely sure. This one turned out to be a little more purple than I wanted to, but oh well, you live and you learn. It's still a nice colour. I ended up filling in my whole lips with that. And then I used the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Opium Noir. That was from a gift set from last Christmas that I got, and it's really lovely, really nice deep dark red shade. Another layer of setting spray, and then I took down my hair just to show you the final look. That is what it looks like. I think it's really nice. The lights show every single flaw, guys, so you know, I'm not perfect. Then I decided to take some more of that highlight that I used on my cheeks, which is called Lyra. It's kind of a pinky rose gold, and then I pressed that onto my lips because I really like highlighters on the lips at the moment. Just kind of gives your lips that kind of metallic sort of look to them, and I think it just looks really pretty. And that is the finished look. I really hope you've enjoyed this today, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe as always. I'm going to love and leave you and see you all soon, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are and whatever you are doing. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!